Hi, it's a beautiful day here in Titusville, and I'm Maureen Phillips with the City of Titusville Water Resources Conservation Program, and with me is Winston the Water Dog, and we're going to be talking today with three different people, and two of them are from the SPCA here in Titusville, and one is from the City of Cocoa. And what we're going to be talking about are water conservation, as well as the SPCA Dog Stroll. And the City of Titusville has been participating in this event for over 3 years, and we're going to tell you a little bit about it, and it's going to take place here at the beautiful Sandpoint Park right in Titusville, so stay tuned. I'm Maureen Phillips with the City of Titusville Water Resources Conservation Program, and with me, of course, is Winston the Water Dog, and we're at beautiful Sandpoint Park here in Titusville. And with me today, I have two lovely representatives from the SPCA of North Brevard, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Now, who do we have?
Well, my name is Terry Scott, and I'm the Public Relations Director, and
I'm Susan Naylor, and I'm the Media Specialist.
And they're here to tell you about the Dog Stroll. Now, we've been going to the Dog Stroll, the conservation program. We've had a booth there along with the City of Cocoa, and we've been there for the last 3 years. So Terry, can you tell me what exactly is the Dog Stroll? What is it?
The Dog Stroll is set up right here. We have it right here at Sandpoint Park up here in Titusville. And we open it up to anybody with four-legged furry relatives or just their family. It doesn't matter. It's something for everybody. But we started out at 9 o'clock in the morning with Saturday on March 31st.
March 31st, this Saturday, yeah.
And at 9 to 10, we will have the registration for the sponsored dog walk.
And what is that? What does that mean?
That's our fundraising part of it. We really are trying to get people to pick up the flyers, and Susan's made a beautiful flyer up, and it has a little form on it, and if you can get them anywhere, you can go to our website, spcanorthbrevard.com. You can download them, and we have a form on it, and it gives you instructions. Mm-hmm. We're hoping that some businesses will jump on the bandwagon and become a pack.
Oh, okay.
And maybe make a little competition game of it, and if we could get, a couple businesses in there and just root for the homeless animals and help us out, that they would be asking for money to sponsor them to do the walk. And
okay.
It's not very long, and it's a beautiful walk along the Indian River, and we head out here, we take the trail, we go through our vendor village, on down the river all the way till we can't go anymore, and turn around and back up again. And
okay.
Everybody gets a little goodie treat bag, and a bottled water for the people, and a treat bag for the dogs. And then it's everything, we're going to have food vendors and business vendors, mm-hmm. and arts and crafts and dog contests. And the big thing that I want Susan, who is in charge of it, if Susan can tell everybody about the Fun Zone, Doggy Fun Zone.
The Fun Zone. Now, I know Kathy and I often have our booth by the Fun Zone, and we love watching it. So Susan, tell the people, what is the Fun Zone?
Well, the Doggy Fun Zone is just this great obstacle course. It's almost like an agility course, but the dogs get to follow a lure. And the guy that does this, he's wonderful. He lets them all walk through and get used to the course once or twice through, and then every dog gets their turn to just race right after the little lure. And it's got hoops and jumps and even little seesaw things and all kinds of barrels that they go through. It's a neat thing, and it's probably one of our biggest attractors. Everybody that does this wants to come back for it every time. Some people come 3-4 times in the same day on it because it's just that much fun for the dogs.
Well, and I know it's fun for the people because we have seen everything from little Shih Tzus to Mastiffs go through the course, and it's hysterical. Now, do you pay extra if you want to do that with your dog? What do you do?
Yes, that is extra. That is a $5 per time to go through it. Now, if you happen to be an individual that does the stroll and you raise more than $50, you'll get a free pass for your dog to go through that. So that's a good little incentive to help raise some money for the homeless animals.
Very good. Now, if I do the Fun Zone, does that money go to the SPCA that I paid, or just helps cover the cost of the festival itself?
It's kind of both.
Yeah.
Kind of both. We do have to pay. The Doggy Fun Zone is a gentleman that comes up from Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, long way.
It is, and so we do have to pay for that. And we just chalk it off as something that is our contribution to the community. We don't make as much as we have to pay him, but everybody has so much fun. It's a big hit. We have to keep it, and everybody comes for that too. So,
well, I will agree with that. It is an excellent form of entertainment, both for the humans and for the dogs, because we love watching all of the dogs from our booth, and it's often quite hysterical because you can see lots of dogs that will go under or around an obstacle versus over it.
Or get lost.
Or get lost. So, okay, if I come to the dog stroll, I don't have to pay an attendance fee or admissions or anything, right?
No. If you don't have a dog and you want to come just to walk around, everyone's welcome for that. If you don't have the time and you can't get those pledges that we really are asking for, I think we have just like a $15 donation. You get your treat bag, you get your water, a bandana for your dog, and you get to walk around in it anyway.
Great. Now, see, I didn't know about that. Now, one thing I did also notice is that you do have some of the dogs from the SPCA that are walking around with different volunteers, and they've got little vests that say Adopt Me on that.
Yes, that's the Bark Buddies, and Susan's in charge of Bark Buddies.
Or we just bring up some of our dogs that just love people, and they come walk around with different volunteers, and it's great because they get to interact. It's good socialization for the dogs, which some of them are actually used to it, because we actually bring them up here to this park every Wednesday to let them play. So we will. It's good for the dogs to get them out and get them seen in their best light. They're always so happy and giddy to see everybody out here, and it's good. And hopefully we get a lot of those adopted that same day too.
And they are very well behaved. Now, at Sandpoint, you are required to keep your dog on a leash. And of course, during the dog stroll, you'll want to keep him on a leash, because now the attendance, it has looked great from our point of view at the booth. Do you have any idea what kind of numbers of participants you get?
I don't know, 500, 600. It's hard to say. We don't have a ticket-wise, there's no way to really count. Last year we probably sold, I think, 400 hamburgers and 150 hot dogs. We kind of tried to gauge it by that, but it's really hard. It's hard to say. Some people just come, they walk around, and it's hard to keep a count. It was full. There was people everywhere. Oh,
definitely. It's very well attended, and I strongly recommend anyone go. Now, as the water conservation booth, we of course attend. We're one of the vendors. Now, what other vendors do you have? Do you happen to know, like, who has signed up? Because it seems like I've seen people who do everything from doggy jewelry and doggy clothes to Petco, doing different pets.
Yes, Maureen, we have many animal-related groomers, boarders, dog, just their shops. They come out to try to promote their business and their shops and focus into the to the animal population. We have people that make doggy jewelry and make dog treats.
And not everybody's animal related. We do have some, we have candle people, we have different people like that come out, especially because everybody wants their house to smell good. So especially if you have a lot of animals, it's hard to do that sometimes. So having lots of nice smelling candles helps sometimes. And I mean, you name it, we don't ever restrict as far as what types of businesses can come in. So I mean, if anybody has a business wants to come in, we're more than happy to let them in our vendor village, because it's the more the merrier, and it just brings more attention to their businesses, and also of course for our animals too, so that we always like to include everybody.
Well, okay, if I'm a business and I'm watching this and I'm interested and I would like to be there, who do I contact? Who do I call? What do I do?
Well, you can call the shelter 321 267-8221, extension 246, or go online to spcanorthbrevard.com, and it'll give you the information and the phone number again, and we'll be happy to send out or email a vendor application form or a pack information form or application just to come as a family and walk with your animal, get some exercise.
There you go. And if I want to do the dog stroll, can I do that? Can I go out to your website also and pick up the form there? And
we'll have them posted, and you can download the forms for either individual and pack registrations. And also we've got some any little flyers that you see of ours out. We have a little QR code. If you have a smartphone, you can just scan that QR code and it'll take you directly to that link that you need.
Well, that sounds wonderful, because I know here at Sandpoint, and I'm going to show you one of the signs here. We're here and we're going to be at the dog stroll, and we're going to have our vendors booth because we are very concerned about the quality of water in our Indian River Lagoon. Sandpoint is right on the water, so the dog stroll, excellent opportunity to get out, see this beautiful park, but also realize we've now added 2 more stations. So we have a total of 6 stations here in the Sandpoint Park, and they're doggy way stations, so there's no reason that anyone would leave, shall we say, what doggies do on the grass. So you can pick it up and toss it out, bag it, trash it. And also at our booth, we will be giving out doggy waste bags that you can attach to your leash. And as you see, this is Winston the Water Dog, and he will be at our booth. So I hope you all come down and attend the dog stroll this March 31st, right?
That's it, March 31st.
Great.
10 to 3, 10
with 9
to 4.
a.m. registration.
Very good. We'll see you all there. Welcome back. This is Maureen Phillips with the City of Titusville Water Resources Conservation Program, and with me is Winston the Water Dog, and also with me is Kathy Carter with the City of Cocoa. Kathy, what do you do with Cocoa?
I'm the Water Conservation PR Officer, Maureen, and I go out and I teach children at schools. That's one of my favorite things that I like to do, about water conservation, because they are our future, and the more we can educate the kids, the more we'll be able to save water inside and outside.
Very good. Well, I see you have one of your kids with you today. Who's this?
This is Dalton, and he is a 3-year-old male German Shorthair Pointer.
He's beautiful.
Thank you.
Well, we're here at Sandpoint Park, and we're going to be talking about the dog stroll. And Kathy and I have worked at the dog stroll for the last 3 years, and we usually have a booth. Tell me a little bit about what we do when we're there, Kath.
Well, let's see. For the last 3 years, we have targeted everyone and anyone that's come in about water conservation. We've taught them how to save water inside the house, outside of the house, and also we've given them a lot of really nice items.
Well, and that's true, because I can tell you, with the City of Titusville, one of our programs is the dog waste pickup, which of course is near and dear to Winston's heart, as you can see. And one of the items I give out is this little container. As you see, it's a little red fire hydrant, because of course, water department, fire hydrant. And it's to encourage people to pick up after their dog, because it contains 15 doggy waste bags. You can attach it to your leash, so you're always prepared. Now, I know that you've been giving out some different items for outside water conservation. Is that true?
Yes, I have. Last year, or the previous years, I've given out the hose timer, and which it enabled people who didn't have an automatic irrigation system installed. They could hook the timer up to their hose and set it for 15 minutes a zone, and when it was done, it would ding, and that would indicate that, or that would tell the individual that they need to pick the hose up and take it to the next area that needs irrigated.
Great. Well, I know in Titusville we do have restrictions, as does all of St. Johns River Water Management District area, and in addition, in Titusville we also restrict the reclaimed water. And I know that I've been giving out a little flyer, and this shows our times for our irrigation schedule, because it does change twice a year, and we're about to go into a change when we go into the daylight saving time, and that goes to a twice-a-week watering. And then in the fall, when we drop back to Eastern Standard, it's once a week. And it also has some simple questions that I'm often asked about the irrigation restrictions, such as, if I have reclaimed water, am I restricted? The answer is yes, you are. Or I get asked, Well, what if I can't water on my day to water? Can I just pick another day? Unfortunately, you cannot. You must stick to the days that you've been assigned, and realize just because it says you can water twice a week doesn't mean you have to water twice a week. What are some of the questions you get in Cocoa, because you're under the same restrictions?
Yes, a lot of my customers will call me and ask the similar things, and then also they'll ask what time of the day is best to irrigate. And of course, you want to irrigate before 10 and after 4 p.m. And then also, if you do have a irrigation system installed, make sure you check your timers, because we live in Florida, and with all the thunderstorms and the lightning that we get, that will play havoc with your timers. So it's important that after we have a thunderstorm, that you go in and check your timer, because often you will have to reset it.
Exactly. I know with a lot of the people I talk to, we tend to set our controllers once and then we never have touched them again. And those power outages Kathy was just talking about, often we'll reset it if there's no backup power supply to that. And the other thing I found is we don't need to always have that irrigation system running just because we have those timers set for that time. And by that I mean, as we get into the summer, we have usually rain every single day. If it has rained, you don't need to supplement that with your irrigation system. And a simple way to know how much water is out there, this is a little rain gauge. I give out 2 different kinds in my program in Titusville. And the idea being, it doesn't save water, but what it does is it tells you how much water has been put out there by just natural rain. So if it's been raining and you've got 1/2 inch of water out there, you don't need to turn on your sprinkler system. So learn about your controller, learn how to adjust the times, and even how to manually override it by turning it off. And now I know, Kathy, in Titusville, I often get asked about the rain sensors. Do you get that question a lot in Cocoa?
Yes, we'll get questions about the rain sensors, and it is mandatory that you do, if you have a irrigation system installed, that you do have a rain sensor installed also.
And that's true. And what a rain sensor does is essentially, when it rains, it will interrupt the circuit so that your irrigation system will turn off, so you're not watering when it's raining. How often do we all see that here in Florida, here in Titusville, where someone has an automatic system, they've left their irrigation system on, it starts raining, they did not include a rain sensor, which, like Kathy said, is a violation of state law, and so their system doesn't turn off. So now you're just wasting water, because what happens? It runs off of your yard, down into the curb, into the storm drains, and then right out to our beautiful Indian River that you can see here at Sandpoint. Now, we've talked a bit about outside irrigation. What about inside? What do you promote for saving water inside the house?
Well, the City of Cocoa has a toilet rebate program going on right now, and at which time, if you have a 3.5 gallon per flush toilet or higher, you can call me at 433-8705, and I can send you an application and a form so that you can install a low flow 1.28 gallon per flush toilet, and you could qualify for a $50 rebate.
Very good. I know in Titusville we've had our rebate program for about 11 years now, and we do offer one, and it's for going to a WaterSense certified 1.28 gallons per flush high efficiency toilet, and it is also a $50 rebate given on your Titusville water bill. So if you are a Titusville water customer, feel free to contact me at 383-5669. If you are a Cocoa water customer, you need to call Kathy. And your number again, Kathy?
433-8705.
Now, another program we have in Titusville for saving water is called our Shower Exchange program. And this is one of the flyers that I give out on the shower head exchange. And it very simply shows you that if you have an older shower head that's flowing at 3 gallons per minute, just by changing to one of our new free shower heads at 2 gallons per minute, that's a gallon of water you save every time you shower, every minute. Because if you're taking that 15-minute shower, in your old shower head, you used 150 gallons here. If you're in a 15-minute shower and you used a 3 gallon per minute shower head, you used a total of 45 gallons of water. You switch to the 2 gallons per minute shower head and you've used 30 gallons of water. Big savings. That adds up over the year. So what you do is you just bring in your old shower head and we give you a new one right at the water plant. That's at the Garden Street Morning Dove Water Plant, 2836 Garden Street. We do it Monday through Friday from 10 to 4. Do you have any kind of program like that for your people?
Yes, we do, Maureen. City of Cocoa does have a showerhead exchange program, and at which you would call me at 433-8705, and or you can come in Monday through Friday, 7:30 to 4:30. Bring me your old shower head, and I can give you a new shower head plus aerators for the kitchen and the bathroom sinks. And my address is 351 Shearer Boulevard, Cocoa.
And I'm glad you mentioned about the aerators, because we do also the aerators here in Titusville. We do a kitchen faucet aerator, and in fact I think I have one here in my bag, as well as the bathroom faucet aerators. And a lot of people have no idea what an aerator is or what it does. And it's just like the name says, like this is the kitchen faucet one. And an aerator, what do you hear? The word air. And what it does is allows water and air to mix, so you get a nice pressure, and that's why you'll see that, like, it almost looks like a white stream of water out of your faucet. So you get good pressure so that you can use your water, but it reduces the flow of actual water going in there. So we do give these out. They're free. Again, you come in for your shower head, bring your old shower head, and we can also give you some aerators for your kitchen and your bath. Well, thank you very much, Kathy. Now, this year, we're going to be at the Dog Stroll, which is March 31st. And now, what are you going to bring this year for our booth?
Well, this year, Maureen, I decided I was going to target the kids.
Okay.
Because the past couple years when we've done this, we've seen more and more people come out. It's a great event. And also, we've had more kids participate. So I put together a trivia sheet, and it's called Water Facts Are Cool. And in this sheet, it'll ask you questions, and it'll be a test to see just how much you know. Like, so one of the questions is, how much does a gallon of water weigh?
That's a good, well, how much does a gallon of water weigh? I have no idea. What is it?
8.34 pounds.
No, did any of you all know that?
And for the City of Cocoa customers, it also has a lot of information in here about just where they get their water at, because oftentimes we're doing such a great job, both City of Titusville and City of Cocoa, that you don't have to worry about whenever you turn on your faucet. And we like that, because then that means that we are doing our job. But it gives you all sorts of information about where you get your water from, sewer information. It'll give you questions about sewer, questions about reclaim, and it's a trivia sheet for the kids and then also for the adult. Also, I've done this was done by our water conservation group before, and it's an informational sheet that the kids can use. And there's a crossword puzzle in there, and it'll teach them different words about water conservation.
That's right. We are both members of the Brevard Water Resources Conservation Team. That's the City of Titusville, City of Cocoa, City of Melbourne, City of Palm Bay, and Brevard County. And we do different projects during the year, and that was one that we did several years ago. I give out the same placemat myself, and I often give it out at different school groups. And it is very helpful for kids to get them thinking about water and how to save it. And this year we will also, we will be there. We'll be giving out the doggy waste bags. So everyone, of course, with the dog at the dog event will be prepared for any accidents that may happen. We will have lots of information on ways to save water in your home and in your yard. So please come visit our booth. Winston the water dog will be there with us. I don't know if Dalton's going to be able to come visit with us.
We'll see. If he's been really good today, so if he's as good today and if he continues, maybe I will be able to bring him.
That would be great. So remember to come see us, visit our booth. That's the City of Titusville with the City of Cocoa. We're going to be at the Dog Stroll. This is the SPCA of Titusville's Dog Stroll on March 31st, and Winston the water dog will be there. But remember, before the Dog Stroll, contact the SPCA so you can sign up. In the Dog Stroll itself, although it's the name of the whole little event that we're going to be having, there's also the Dog Stroll, and what you do is you get pledges, and that helps raise money for the SPCA, and that's one of the main purposes of this event. Of course, for us in conservation, it's to let people know that we need to protect our water quality by picking up after our pets. But go ahead, contact the SPCA, go out to their website, give them a call so that you can sign up, get pledges, raise some money to help all of those homeless pets, because it is so sad to think that so many of them are losing their homes, and in these economic times it's hard for people to keep their pets. So we want to give them all loving homes, and the best way to do that is to get some pledges, sign up for the dog stroll, and then come visit our booth. And that's Saturday, March 31st.